Roughly 90 days ago, I realized what my purpose in life was. Up until then, for those first roughly 18 years of my life, I really had no idea what I was doing. I bounced around from notion to notion of what sorts of projects I wanted to dedicate my life to. A lot of that was SpaceX motivations, wanting to help people colonize Mars, wanting to expand our knowledge of the human genome, and to use technologies like CRISPR to improve people's lives. I've always dreamt of applying science and technology to build a brighter future. I'm sure as many of us have. To us, many of us, Elon Musk is a hero. A visionary who we aspire to be just like. Whether or not that's the right way to live your life, to create the world you're envisioning, I don't know. What I do know is that his company, Neuralink, is where I want to work someday. I believe above anything else, Neuralink is going to set the precedent for what a high bandwidth interface to the brain looks like. I believe, given Musk's track record with previous companies and innovating in completely new fields, that Neuralink currently has the highest probability of developing this technology further than anyone else could at this time. It's the place I need to be. High bandwidth interfaces to the brain are going to reshape the world we live in on a fundamental level, and I want to be a part of it. I was aimless in my research methods at first, trying to take in as much information about everything related to the brain I could, and electrical engineering, and microelectrical engineering, and biology, and neurobiology. It was a hot mess. In mapping people's connectomes and solving the problem of a high bandwidth interface to the brain, you're going to need data scientists, people who can build machine learning systems to analyze all the data coming in from scanning various individuals' brains and figuring out how do we best make a high bandwidth interface for this individual. I need to dedicate my life to machine learning so that I can work at Neuralink and I can solve this problem to help people. This is going to grow the pie of wealth and intellectual creativity and everything we love about life. This is the future, and I want my stake in it. I haven't done my due diligence up to this point in working as hard as I should have. Yes, this has been a great deal of my free time, but there's more work that can be done. And although New Year's resolutions typically aren't my style, and this isn't really a New Year's resolution, this is more of a life resolution, I am going to, in the next year, absorb as much material on machine learning as I can and build the highest level of expertise possible in an 18-year-old boy. This is my commitment to myself, to you, and to all of humanity, because I see it as my fate to work on this problem. This is what I'm here for, and this is what I can comfortably dedicate my entire life to. I look forward to keeping you all updated in the next year as I continue my work, and what follows are a few of my goals for this next year in developing my expertise. Looking forward to 2019, I have a lot of big plans I'd like to execute on. One of the things I'm interested in doing is unaided, as in without as many resources as I previously relied on, recreating or solving the MNIST database using a neural network. I want to do this as unaided as possible to facilitate the most learning. Obviously, there will be some Stack Overflow consultations, as is the case with all programming projects, but I really need to get down in the weeds and get my hands dirty. I am going to promise completion of this by February 14th. If it is not done by then, I do not know. I will have to decide on some sort of negative incentive to really motivate me in the direction of getting this completed on time. Beyond that, I don't know what sort of projects I'm going to work on to facilitate the most learning. I want to get into statistical models. That is definitely where I'm weakest in terms of the 5 tribes understanding of machine learning. Really, my strong suit, as previously mentioned, is in evolutionary algorithms and in neural network methods. I need to expand and broaden my understanding. Later in the year, perhaps June, July, I'm going to make a halfway video to announce, all right, this is what I've accomplished so far, and this is where I'm looking to be by December. This will be a bi-yearly basis. I'll do this every 6 months. A serious video like this, we sit down, talk what is going to be accomplished in the next couple months. In terms of purchases that are going to be made to facilitate this great dream of someday being hired at Neuralink as a data scientist, I have just purchased this monitor. This was just configured and set up today. Hopefully this will allow me to more effectively program and have a better workflow when I'm trying to have information about what I'm developing here, the actual code over here. Who knows how my workspace will develop and be organized in the future, but hopefully this monitor will add to that. I'm going to purchase another computer as a research workstation that will be placed on one of these 2 desks. Additionally, I'm going to hopefully upgrade this computer by the end of the year. I would like to move to a 1080 Ti or perhaps a 2080 Ti. That is a big purchase, but I could really see myself using the additional CUDA cores as I get into more complex projects. Beyond that, there are also books that will have to be purchased. I've kept an extensive list as I've researched. Here I have listed Genetic Algorithms with Python by Clinton Shepherd, Python Machine Learning by Pact, Artificial Intelligence with Python Pact. I don't know how good those books are. I believe they had high reviews on Amazon. I'm going to acquire another deep learning textbook, an Introduction to Statistical Learning will be my main resource for jumping into actually implementing statistical models. That had really high reviews on Amazon and seemed to be the best resource for facilitating that type of learning. Beyond that, there's a couple of fun books on here in the vein of the master algorithms, such as Prediction Machines, and a couple other ones on here. Somebody bought me this textbook, best Christmas present I got, and that is roughly all the books I need to purchase on the subject in the coming year. Additionally, I'm going to finish reading this and finish reading this. Those are the 2 books on my reading list right now. If you have any recommendations for books that I can read to increase my probability of getting into Neuralink as a data scientist, I'd greatly appreciate that. I'm scrappy for knowledge. I'm hungry to learn, and anything you might know that could point me in the right direction is greatly appreciated. I feel largely misguided in many of my efforts. I'm just doing the best I can to learn as much as I can. Well, I promised a high-quality video to close out 2018. Here it is. This will happen as often as it needs to, as often as large thank yous are in order. To those who have watched and tuned in, thank you. I'm glad others are interested in joining me on this journey and hopefully learning as I'm learning. I'm really excited for this year. I'm so hyped to actually implement the stuff I've been learning over the past couple months. This is going to be an exciting year. Whatever happens, there's going to be big developments. Hopefully I'll get to go to the Spinning Up conference in February. I still haven't heard back on my application. I look forward to that. That's the OpenAI conference. Hopefully I'm able to accrue the funds to upgrade my workstation and get more books so I can learn more. There's big things in 2019, and I'm excited to share with you the journey I'm on. Again, if there's anything you have that could help me out on this journey, books, people I need to talk to, places I need to be, conferences I need to go to, please share those things with me. The best way to reach me is in the comment section. I read every single comment, and my email, which I'll leave in the description of this video. Again, thank you for your support, your kind words you leave. Truly, they motivate me to do better and to work harder. Now, I need to give a special thank you to Daniel Yonker from Newt Films. He's the one who facilitated the high-quality production you're watching right now. He's standing behind the camera looking handsome as ever. I'm going to strongly urge that you check out his channel after this. He's a filmmaker from Salem, Oregon. Really talented guy, hardworking. He's got big things going for him. If you could check out his channel,
maybe watch some of the short films he's put out. That would mean a lot to me because he's a close friend and I wouldn't have been able to make this without him. Anyways, folks, I hope you had a wonderful New Year and a wonderful Christmas. Hopefully spent with family. If not, I hope you had a good time either way. Stay safe.